From a dumpy little office in West Covina, California, it's The Foo Bar Show with Josie and The Foo. Hey, what is up, everybody? I am Josie.
I'm The Foo.
And we got Dayvid on the mix. Say hello, Dayvid. Hello, Dayvid. And thank you very much for listening to The Foo Bar Show. Thank you for subscribing and telling a friend like a freaking champion. You can always catch us at The Foo Bar Show. That's FOOBarshow@gmail.com. And FOO Bar Show as our handle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll jive it up like a couple of foos. On today's tap, we have some news. We have a Showbiz update. We got some video game news coming at you from E3. We'll pretend we went there, but we didn't.
So is it news?
Yeah. And the joint report with the Foo. So, and lastly, I want to introduce a very special couple of guests. We actually got the whole Foo house in here. We got Josh and Steph. Say hello, guys.
Hey, guys. What's up? What's up?
What's crackling?
Hello, Foo House.
We got the Foo. And the reason we're calling it the Foo house is because we all live together with the Foo.
And he is a Foo indeed.
So we'll go ahead and get started here. And I have a little musical bed for this. So, speaking of the Foo House, and before I go any further, I wanted to talk about Saturday where the Foo was the only one who didn't show up to my show. And why was that, Foo?
It's just because, man. That's why.
So how big of an edible, or how many edibles did the Foo take, Josh? Because you saw him do it, right?
You know, I did not see him do it.
Okay.
But
he was out for the count, I
He
understand.
was out for the count when I was leaving the house. He just was not having anything. Like
You're like a fucking anvil?
no communication whatsoever. Like he just was like like those dead foam, like those dead bodies for CPR class. He was just like literally laying there. Yeah, he wasn't going anywhere.
I had started the day by already just getting trashed all day.
Yeah.
And then I decided to get more trashed when I heard your show was coming up in a few hours.
Yeah.
It's just out of instinct.
That seems to be a common excuse of you not being able to make it to my shows. And it was probably the closest show that I've ever had to this house.
Probably.
Downtown
actually.
Covina.
Also, I would have went to the wrong bike shop.
Yeah.
I honestly did. I went all the way to the other end by the park in Covina, and I was like, wait a minute. It's not here.
So the Fallen Electric got hired by the Covina Valley Cyclery shop in Covina. And it was right across the street from the bartending school that I went to a few years ago, where I learned how to do some bartending that I only really used for an entire summer to make some extra cash. If anything, I think Steph learned more from me going to that class than anything while I was putting that whole spreadsheet together. And
Yeah.
I would argue that she probably knows and still remembers a lot of those drinks that I learned how to make from back then.
I think so. Most of them were a bunch of the girly drinks with the high sugar
Well,
content.
I usually end
Oh,
up deputizing you to make all that shit anyway.
That's true.
Deputizing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go ahead and give you the power. Speaking of the Fallen Electric, this Saturday, the Fallen Electric is my band is playing with Dayvid's band. Let the Wolf In. Yeah, is this the first real show, Dayvid? Would you say the first official show, right? That Let the Wolf In is playing with the new bassist.
Yes, I think so.
Awesome.
With the whole
Awesome.
lineup.
What is the date for Saturday? The 16th, right?
Yeah,
The 16th at Callahan's in Covina on Irwindale.
it's gonna be a good time.
It should be a very good time. We're gonna do the whole event from 7 to midnight. Let the Wolf In goes on at 7, so it should be a pretty good time. Pretty good time.
Why don't just come
All
out
right.
to a night of Josie entertaining a bunch of drunks? You're playing in two bands, right?
I'm playing with your band, and then I'm taking
So
a
is
break.
he the bass player?
No.
Your
no,
new
no,
bass
no, no,
player?
no. He's the guitarist where he
Oh.
rightfully belongs.
So, and let's not let Tony hear this, but I'm just like, well, shit, dude, I can just do bass. You know, they could just be for something for me to mix up on my, personally. I could just play bass in your band and then play lead guitar with the Fallen Electric. And you're like, fuck that, dude. Don't waste your talent on the bass.
Oh shit! There's something I said. Fuck. Yeah, let's not talk
What,
about that.
what kind of poor
Incriminating.
sap plays the bass? And then I was just like, God damn, you have a point. So, so I'm playing guitar now because David wanted me to.
Indeed.
And so that's happening. And then I'm taking a break after Let the Wolf in, maybe getting some drinks in me so that I can be even that much more drunk.
Where are we gonna find you guys at?
At Callahan's. Callahan's Irish bar.
From the date you're listening to the
Covina.
show, that's tomorrow.
Yes,
if you
yes.
get- if
This
you're
comes
hearing
out
it,
Friday,
obviously,
so
when it
this
comes
is
out.
tomorrow, Saturday in Covina. So if you're listening to this and you didn't have shit to do and you're near Covina, because
Find
I
something
can't
else to
imagine
do.
we have any listeners on the East Coast right now. And if we do, let us know. Let us know. We'd be happy to hear about you. But also, that out of the way, I wanted to talk about that flamethrower that me and Steph picked up. We went to SpaceX.
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
You just said it wrong.
Oh, SpaceX?
No, you don't have a flamethrower.
Oh, right. Not the flamethrower.
There you go.
Not the flamethrower. Tell him, babe.
It's a torch. That's what it is.
It's a really loud fucking torch.
It's so loud. I don't know.
Very
how-
insightful.
That's
Wow. Tell us more.
Well, you guys saw it in action, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I have a clip. I have a clip that I can show you guys.
let's play that.
Awesome. All right. Here we go.
You're gonna show us the clip on the podcast.
Yes. Here we go.
Great podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Joe C, and I have my lovely wife, Steph. Say hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph.
God damn it. We just arrived to SpaceX here in Hawthorne, where we got a little bit of the runaround. And we just parked. There's a few Teslas actually parked here. There's a crazy looking one that was lowered. Looks like we're about 10 minutes early to pick up our not a flamethrower, so this should be a good time. We see a bunch of people coming out with their large white boxes of not a flamethrower. Can't wait to get our hands on ours. All right, so we're getting a little closer to the pickup area here, and it looks like there's some demonstrations off in the distance. Oh, you can see the Jet Center of LA. You can see the Falcon rocket booster on the edge of the curb here. And here we go. We're about to go in.
Just know that once you pick up your flamethrower, there's no re-entry. And we ask that you don't open up the box or like play with your flamethrower until you get out. All right? Cool. All set. Let's go this way right over here. Have fun.
They have a mariachi here and a churro stand. So that's pretty cool. I don't see what the mariachi has to do with this, but Mexicans, just like anyone else, I suppose, would like a giant torch. What would you say, Steph? We're watching people do this right now and play with the flamethrowers, or not the flamethrowers. I just saw a guy just push it over to what, would you say 3 feet? That guy over there is doing it at like around 4 or 5 feet.
That's easily like 5 feet.
And so I'm waiting here so we can get a turn of you roasting a marshmallow with our new not a flamethrower. So this should be pretty cool. Steph just tried the not the flamethrower. How was it, Steph?
Amazing. There's so much power.
Yeah. Is it like the first time you shot a gun where you're just like, God damn, I wield all this power?
I have all the powers. With these hands, I make fire.
It has a propane tank inside. Your fire extinguisher is shipping separate.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah. All right, we finally got our not a flamethrower. Now we're walking towards Now we're walking towards the Falcon booster, the Falcon 9 booster. I understand there's some tourist attraction there or some more information that we can gather. Now, this not a flamethrower. It's not that heavy. It's not. What do you think?
It's super lightweight, very easy to use.
It says only for recreational use.
For that creme brulee.
For that creme brulee. That's right. So let's see here. We're We're about maybe a block away from it, so a lot of noisy traffic. Well, we just experienced something really cool. We just got interviewed by The Guardian.
Yeah.
So this guy in shorts just comes up to us. I thought he was just going to be a regular guy asking what we're holding, but he introduced himself as being a reporter for The Guardian. He started asking us some general questions, like what did he ask you, Steph?
He asked me what I'm going to use the flamethrower for, how I came to buy it, and why I bought it.
And we told him the whole story about how Steph pocketed some of that good wedding money, to which I haven't gotten over. But now that I get to play with this, not a flamethrower, I think it's going to be okay. It might have been a good decision. All right, and now we're back in the car.
Oh my god, it's so hot.
It's so freaking hot. Let's go set something on fire, babe.
Let's.
And that was our trip to SpaceX. And actually,
Riveting stuff.
yeah, actually,
can
we
we
made an article.
podcast back on?
We made The Guardian. Like we were on one, and I'll read what they wrote about
Are you
us.
a Void Walker or Arclight Guardian?
Wow,
Just-
dude,
just
shut the
Foo.
fuck up. All right, so it says, quote, Steph, my friends and family don't believe I spent my wedding money on this, says Stephanie Correa.
And you're quoting The Guardian, right?
Yeah, I'm quoting The Guardian. Well, The Guardian quoting her,
Quoting The Guardian.
who dipped into cash gifts from her recent nuptials. I thought it would be a really great item to have in the house.
You know,
Every
they
house needs
right,
one.
right next to your coat rack. You know, you always have a coat rack, shoe,
And a
shoe
giant
rack,
torch.
and then a giant torch.
A wind blew her hair close to the nozzle during the test firing, she said. I'll pull my hair back when I do it in the future. Her husband, Joe, said he would use the device to toast sandwiches in their yard. We'll have to tie the dog up so he doesn't get in the way. I think I've changed my mind. I probably will just let him run free and see what happens. I didn't say that
Come on,
last
man, we're
part.
not in Korea.
I didn't say that last part. Whoa.
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
And then they quoted me a little further down the article saying, some misuse is inevitable, said buyers. No doubt there'll be some bad eggs out there who do something stupid, said Joe. And that was the end of our chunk at The Guardian.
Yeah, when the reporter was interviewing us, he couldn't understand like how I paid for it. Like,
Right.
Did I use my own wedding money, or was it from the gifts that people
It's like,
gave
bitch,
us?
we're telling you, people gave us money, and we used that money. And like, he asked us 5 times?
Yeah.
Maybe because he just couldn't believe someone would waste $500 of their wedding money on a freaking flamethrower.
Yeah,
They're
that probably
gifts.
was it.
It's
What do
a
you-
gift.
Like, what are you guys gonna do with this freaking flamethrower?
Need that toilet.
Besides
Yeah.
mounted on your fucking wall,
Well,
like it's a trophy.
yeah, you got to put it up on the mantle. It's like, the proverbial shotgun that lives on the mantle. You only use it when you really need
Break in
to.
case of emergency.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh
right,
my
right.
god! You should totally get a glass
A
case,
glass case.
and mount it.
So what would the emergency be?
Purge party.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not an emergency.
That's not an emergency.
Holy shit.
No, it's funny when we brought it back home and we actually used it in our backyard. It was way louder than
was
what it
so
was
loud.
when we had tested it out over
Oh,
at SpaceX
yeah.
because the mariachi was playing. There was
There
hundreds
was
of
already
people,
noise there to
There was-
just kind of dilute
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No,
hundreds
here
of people
was,
there.
Yeah.
and
When everything's completely silent in West Covina.
right, you just
Scaring
you just
the
hear
shit
this.
out of our neighbors.
You just hear this
You
rumble.
just hear the neighbors just freaking out. Like, what
they,
what
they
are
come
they
out
Yeah,
of
what a
their
bunch
house.
of
What are they doing?
geniuses.
They come out of their house.
And who knew the
What
Foo
is
was a
that?
prude, huh? the Foo was beside himself. It's like, how dare you guys? You're ruining our neighbors' Saturday.
They
What
did.
the fuck?
All of a sudden, this flame comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, for the guy that's fucking making a cloud of smoke over Stewart Avenue
That could be
in
smoke. That could be
West Covina,
that could
all
be
of a sudden,
Stop now.
Foo, you didn't even want to touch the thing. It's like, no, get that away from me. I don't even want to touch it.
yeah, you were really
You
It's
guys
like-
basically bought an AR